and that is to try to do a cute crazy lady once a month. Because why not? Everybody likes an update once a month. Right? Right. So let me see. My update since January, or since June of 2024 is it is now winter. If you can't tell by looking, seeing throughout the windows. Christmas was fun. I had a blast. I spent Christmas Eve with great family. Spent Christmas Day with some great friends that I call family. So, that was all fun. I hit my 1 year fully cancer free in December. And I went and seen Wicked at the movie theater, the first half, with my sister and my daughter and my youngest niece. Always has to specify because I do have more than one niece. So that was a blast and a good, good use of time and money. Work-wise, on the one hand, I kind of want to tell one of the gals at work to fuck off because even if she were head kitchen, she's not doing a good job. I mean, I had to point 3 things out to her today that we needed to be aware of because of the snow. Or no, I'm sorry, 2 things because of the snow. The third thing I had to point out to her had nothing to do with the snow. But I had to point 2 things out to her because of the snow. Common sense. We need to set up some wet floor signs. We need to set up 2 in our dining so that people know that our dining floor might be wet. And we need to set up 1, a couple of them by our doors for going into the buffet for the same thing. And then the second thing is, they're coming in and they're walking in with their wet shoes or wet boots, whatever they got on their feet from the snow, and it's creating wet floors. So, a guest is going to slip on that. We might want to, you might want to, because you're doing buffet and dining today, you might want to, I don't know, maybe take one of these Swiffer dry mops, and occasionally when you see that it's a little too wet in an area, just go and dry mop it. I don't know. And she points out, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that because I have my new non-skid shoes on that came in on Friday. Bitch, please, I don't care what you have on your feet. Our guests don't have non-skid shoes on, so guess what? They're going to be appreciative if you do that for them. Because, you know what? My feet are too small for non-skid shoes, so I don't have those kind of shoes, or non-slip shoes, not non-skid shoes, sorry, non-slip shoes. My feet are too small for those kind of shoes. Okay? They just don't make them in a kid size too. I'm sorry, they don't. You can try and look all you want, but you're never going to find them. not going to spend. So unless if my employer wants to spend that, then it's not going to happen. Like ever. With any job that I ever work at. Because I'm not going to wear shoes that are too big for me just so that they can say, well, we have our employees wearing these shoes. No, sorry. Anyway, as I pointed out to her, this section right here where I just brought food out is really wet and I almost slipped. But she had to make a big deal that, well, with my new non-slip shoes, I won't slip. Okay, that's great for you as an employee. That means that you will never have to worry about getting hurt and collecting workman's comp. However, guess what? Our guests, not so great, because if they fall and get hurt, well, that's a lot of paperwork for whoever's on as manager at that time. Not to mention, the guest could sue the hotel that I work at. So, yeah, let's be on top of what we need to do as good employees and as good hosts to our guests. I don't know. Some people think of these things because they have done this type of a job in food service for so many years as opposed to a year and a half, and they just don't give a shit because they just want to stand around and get a paycheck and don't want to do the work. And then the third thing that I had to point out to her today is, you know, do your fucking job. When we're done, we're supposed to wipe underneath everything and wipe everything off. She doesn't like wiping underneath the waffle container because you actually have to lift it up and move it somewhere else or tip it over. And she doesn't like doing that because it's heavy. It's wood, but it's not really that heavy, okay? I do it. It's not that heavy. It's just a pain to do because it's obnoxious to do. You gotta leave the stupid thing open when you're doing it. Otherwise, if you don't, you go to tip it, it automatically opens anyway. So yeah, it's a big pain. Whatever. And we had a couple of kids, well, a lot of kids today, but we had a couple of kids that made a big mess all over the counter with it, all over the floor with it. So you would think common sense would tell her, oh yeah, at the end of breakfast, I definitely need to clean underneath it. Do you think that's what she did today? Nope. And I knew she wouldn't, which is why I double checked it. She didn't even wipe it off. Like, I went and I, go to put the stuff away that we put out on our line, and it wasn't even wiped off. Like, are you kidding me? So I left her a note. I don't work tomorrow. She does. So I left her a note, and I said, hey, Jess, don't forget to write down stuff that we need for truck order for Tuesday. Because again, she's wanting head kitchen position, and that's something that she needs to start doing more of, is she needs to start leaving those notes like that for Zach, our manager, who currently does the ordering because we don't have a head kitchen. Lady, you are blocking so much traffic right now that nobody can tell what anyone else wants to do, and I can't really turn. Alright, well that light just turned red and I am right in the intersection, halfway in the middle, so what else? Anyway, back to did it on a Friday, but normally what I do on Saturdays is I keep track of stuff that we're starting to run low on, and I write it down. And I write on top of the paper, order for, and then I put the day that he's going to place the order. So, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 20th, so normally it would be order for 1/20. And if she feels she needs to add to it, then she can add to it. But we're out of, not really like our meat product, but we're out of a lot of other things because we had a bunch of kids for gymnastics. So you can guess what they wanted to eat a lot of. They ate a lot of our muffins, they ate a lot of our danishes, a lot of our apples, our bananas, our oranges. What we have out on the line right now, not on the oranges, because surprisingly Zach ordered a ton of those. But it's just, I just don't understand why she couldn't see fit to start doing the order note today, because she's going to be pretty solid busy tomorrow too, because some of these girls and guys, we got some boys that are doing it too, but some of these kids aren't going to be done until later tonight. So the parents were like, oh no, we're not going home until tomorrow. We've already had our kids excused, blah blah blah. And I get it, my kids, I had kids that did dance, and there were times that, depending on the weather, when we would go, would be dependent on whether or not we stayed Sunday night because of how late we'd be out there in dance competitions, between the final awards and everything like that. So I get it, Yeah, you just gotta sometimes pick your lesser of the evil. Your kids missing school or driving crappy roads in the dark. My kids missing school sometimes was what I'd pick, So yeah, I get it. And by the way, I have made other videos. I just never posted them. I don't know why. I made them with every intention to post them, and then I'd get home from, my drive home from work, and I don't know, it just never happened. So I don't know. Maybe this is why I call myself a cute crazy lady, because I get home and, my ADHD brain would be like squirrel, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, I was gonna do something. What was it? I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all. Can I just say I hate pick up and drop off? Well, mainly drop off lines. To drop kids off at school, oh my fucking lord. So, my roommate has a new job. She doesn't work from home anymore. I won't even go into that for why that is, but she doesn't work from home. She doesn't work from home anymore. So she had a training in Wyoming this last week, and I got the lovely pleasure of taking shovel anything this morning before I left for work, but you know what? Let me tell you something. At 3 o'clock when my first alarm went off, there was no snow. 3:30. There was barely any snow, so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll be fine. I won't need to do anything. 4 o'clock rolls around, and that's when all the snow was on the ground, and that's when I needed to start getting ready for work, and it had stopped snowing. So from 3:30, when it had just started snowing, to 4 o'clock, what was the point of me being out and shoveling when there really wasn't much to shovel until after the fact? So yeah, she can go fuck off. That's where I'm at with all this fucking shoveling bullshit that, you know, she wants to bitch about. I've shoveled more this year than she has, so whatever. She wants me to keep shoveling the front out, then she can take some off my fucking rent as far as I'm concerned. Because it doesn't look like it snowed after I left, because where I park is still fucking bare. So, yeah, no, it didn't snow after I left. So, yeah. She can deal with it. Anyway, parked in my car, so I'm going to go in. Edit this or not edit it, but I'm going to go in and post this. Because I can. And then, well, I'm going to let the dog out first. And then I'll post this. And then I'm taking a nap. So, yeah, cute crazy lady out.